Hello. This is the pingable multi-mode filter, or MMF. It is a product of the rather fruitful collaboration between William Mathewson's designs and Steady State Fate. At its core, it is a two-pole filter, two-pole low pass, two-pole high pass, and one-pole band pass. I do not know what the design is, whether or not it is a Steiner Parker based on the MS-20. It's a two-pole filter. I wanted to take a look at some of the features. Somebody already requested it, so here we go. Let's start by channeling our Nick Blatt here and try to just do a simple filter sweep. Disable the sequencer here really quick. And just really quick, what I'm doing here is I am using a Mutable Instruments Warps, which has a built-in internal oscillator. I am using it as a sawtooth. I have the Parasite mod installed, and it is set to the wavefolder mode, so if I turn the knob, it starts to sound like a Sega Genesis. At any rate, let's take a listen to the low pass filter of the MMF. This is without resonance. I will note, I find the pots on the module to be a little sticky, I would say. I might take a look and see if there's some way I can loosen them up a little bit, because it can be a little hard to dial in sweet spots because it does tend to stick and move a little bit. Let's add in a little bit of resonance. Bit more resonance. Let's bring down the pitch. Listen to the bass. Fundamental of that frequency as I sweep the resonance up and down. You can hear the bass staying more or less the same level. Really quick, let's compare and contrast this with a Moog filter ladder filter on the Mother 32. I'm going to put this on off screen really quick. And that's without resonance. Turn the volume a little bit. Listen what happens as I turn up the volume on this, or the resonance. On the Mother 32, the Moog filter, bottom end just drops right out as you increase the resonance, and that's not something you hear with the MMF. Again, let's listen to that again. Going back with full resonance, all three modes are self-resonant. So that's the low pass. Let's take a listen to the band pass. Again, this is a one-pole band pass filter. No resonance. Add in a bit of resonance. resonance. Fully resonance, get that whistling. And finally, the high pass. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about high pass in this demonstration, but idea of how it sounds. At the top of its treble, it doesn't quite filter out all the sound. However, you can increase the filter cutoff beyond the pot by using an external voltage. I'll use a channel of maths to do this. Right up. And now we're in bad country. Fantastic. Do that really quick as I set this up. It does have input for 1 volt per octave. I haven't measured how the tracking is on it, but it does track. I don't know how many octaves or anything like that. I might post an update on the YouTube channel. There is a resonance CV input. I'm not going to demonstrate it right now. It works. That's all that really needs to be said. So, a little worried about the setup I have here. I'm going to be having the filter going into my ADAC crossfade panner module. I'm using as a crossfader so that I can switch between the low pass filter and band pass filter outputs. So let me hook that up. Wrong one. I was right first time. There we go. Band pass. And as I sweep this, you can hear it going from band pass to low pass. Perfect. Over on the other side, I have the Disting Mark III. This is functioning as a random CV quantized. Think on the lines of if you ever had a Turing machine, you're not too far off. Basically, this is generating a quantized, randomized pattern of 8-step sequence. Just plug that into, I believe it's this one. There we go. Maths channel 4 is acting as a clock into the sequencer. And finally, I have Dixie 2 Plus just sending a pulse wave over into an input on the distinct, which basically just serves to jumble up the sequence every so often, so we're not listening to the whole thing for however long this video is going to last. So with that, let's start with the FM input. We'll grab an envelope, let's say again from channel 4 of Maths, and take a listen to how that sounds. We're listening to the low pass here. Pretty much exactly as you would expect it to sound. Add a bit more resonance. The FM level pot is bipolar. This will go positive or negative. Fantastic. Let's listen to the band pass on that. Got kind of a mix of bandpass and low pass going on here. All bandpass here. I'm not close to clipping my mixer, so if you're hearing a little bit of distortion there, that's probably the module itself. Bit of wave folding. I rather like that. Very nice. Now, the star of the show, of course, apart from the 4 HP width, there's not many filters that are that narrow, at least not with all the outputs and inputs it has, is the ping input, which has a lot of people scratching their heads. As I believe I mentioned earlier, it basically works somewhat like a low-pass gate, like the LXD here. It just makes a little envelope that sweeps the filter down. However, it does not control amplitude of the signal. It's strictly sweeping the cutoff. So let's take the same trigger as is clocking my sequencer. Let's put it into the ping, and here we go. I will say, on the back of the module, there's a really tiny little switch. In its default state, or the way that it's shipped to me, when the switch is up, the ping input, the amount that the trigger is actually pings the filter is controlled by the FM level. With it down, the FM level and the ping is disconnected, and the ping basically pings at the same amount no matter what the voltage coming into the trigger. I highly recommend you set that switch down. I believe that really gives you a lot more sonic possibilities, because that allows you to basically freeze up the FM input to kind of also affect the cutoff frequency. Anyway, going back to the ping output and listening to this. Since this is not affecting the amplitude of the incoming signal, the ping is not, that means if we do bring up the cutoff, we do get bleed through by design. Which may or may not be what you're going for. Resonance. Let's listen to it with a bit of bandpass mixed in. I really like the sound of this filter with the bandpass brought in. Kind of get this ringing. The pitch up a little bit more. Right there. I love the ringing from the bandpass filter there. Back to the low pass for a bit. And of course, there's nothing really stopping us from, let's say, increasing the speed a little bit and seeing where we go from there. Indeed. Now, as I mentioned, the reason why I disconnect the ping from the FM input is so that we now basically have another input for modulating the cutoff. So how about we take the channel 1 of Maths. I will go ahead and use channel 4 to trigger channel 1. Take the output of channel 1 of Maths into the FM. And depending on how I set this, should be able to get, let's see if I can get this right. There we go. What happens is the ping gives us a quick initial transient, while the channel 1 of Maths kind of gives us a follow-through. A little hard to hear versus just a regular envelope, but it's there. It's a little more prominent there. There's another lovely little ringing effect. We can bring the resonance way up. Take out the oscillator. And it won't belabor the point, but you're well on your way to your bog standard little techno kick drum right there. Another little trick you can do here is by reversing the FM level, you can get the ping giving you the initial transient again, but then getting kind of a swelling going in from the channel 1 of Maths. Failing that, going back to positive envelope. Can even we increase the fall time for channel 1. Finally, we do a little bit more of a envelope transient here by taking channel 1 of maths. We already have that going into there. Taking channel 4 of maths and plugging it into the trigger, and we can get kind of like this polyrhythm type of thing going. Replace the oscillator really quick with a bit of noise. Bring the oscillator back in. And it's still maths. We can take a channel 1, attenuated outputs, back into the algorithm. Ambiance. And there you have it, the pingable multiple filter by WMD and SSF. Thanks for watching.